Hello, 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 hello. Welcome. Welcome back to Pinky Hooks. I am Shania Lancaster, as most of you know. As you can see, and I'm pretty sure by now, you figured out I'm going to stay. I will continue on with this channel. Um, I will explain to you guys in a short detail what has happened, what has transpired, um, to make me come to my final decision of staying on. First of all, the outpouring love, I really am overwhelmed. I could not believe that you guys really felt that you felt that strongly and that you didn't want me to go. And I'm sorry. I'm honest with y'all. I was just like, do they not want me to? I mean, do they just want me to, like just stick around, whenever I do like a giveaway or something like that? But nah. I really, really, really could feel the sincerity, the integrity, you know, that you guys were pouring out and for why you did not want to see me go. Some of you were, some of you on a spiritual level definitely was just like, Shine, you need to, step back and just kind of be still. And as you guys know, yeah, I am a believer and of Jesus and God, and I do not want to go against his will. I want my life to be in alignment with his will and why he designed me, what he made me for. And that's what was bothering me because I was just like, I don't know what my real purpose is. The things that I thought was my purpose, I felt like, no, that can't be it. Because, I think when people think of their purpose, they think of like they got like a purpose is supposed to be something like grand, like I don't climb Mount Everest or a Nobel Peace Prize or something like that, or, humanitarian of the world. And I am here to let y'all know that your purpose, it is, that's what man, that's what man, his concept, the human man or species. We say, okay, yeah, a Nobel Peace Prize, a humanitarian, a politician, something really, really what we think is important. That's what, like when people think of a purpose, they're thinking like something major, something big. And when was the last time you ever heard somebody say, well, I know it's my purpose to be a trash man? If you heard someone say that, you might be like, oh, you poor little thing, you underachiever. But that really is somebody's purpose. Because what we tend to do is look on the outside and we're just looking at status and titles, right? And if they don't sound big and impressive, in the human society, or meaning that like in the, how can I say it, the mortal, like mere mortal, world, then we are quick to judge and say, man, you ain't really got a life. But having a purpose is what God designed you specifically for. Like he gave each and every one of us a purpose, and whether we think it's great or small, basically you will find yourself lost, if you're not in alignment with what he designed you to be. But you got to find out. And I I like a lot of other people exactly how I describe. In my mind, I was just like, surely it can't be this YouTube channel. And I'm not saying that's my only purpose, because 9 times out of 10, he has given you multiple purposes, but there's one main one that will fulfill, his plan. And someone also said, I've heard preachers say it, I've heard just, like mentors say it. 9 times out of 10, your purpose is the very thing that you are passionate about. It's the very thing that you're passionate about. So that means your purpose 9 times out of 10 is in front of your face. And if you're like, nah, that can't be right, because I like to paint like little, doll houses. I like to make doggy clothes. I like to make, perfumes or something. I like to make homemade jelly. I promise you, if it's your passion, 9 times out of 10 it's your purpose. It was there all along. And when I kept saying I'm just losing my passion, I think because I had a tunnel vision. I had a tunnel vision because I was saying, oh, it's YouTube or it's crocheting. My passion started dying and I started resenting it because I was trying to do too much. But along this journey, what I'm realizing that, okay, I know my spiritual gifts. My spiritual gifts are serving, mercy, prophesy. And serving is the number one. Every time I take the test in church, or you can take a spiritual test online. You can type in Google and say, what are my spiritual gifts? And there's a link so you can find out what your gifts, because there's a difference between talents and gifts. And okay, so I have a lot of talents, but I was like, spiritual gift, what is that? And mine's is serving is the top. Mercy is definitely the second. And serving, because I was just like, why does it come so natural to me to want to do for others before I do for myself? Because that's what God gave to me, and that's how he designed me. And so basically what I am saying is that it took me a minute to realize that my YouTube channel is one of many streams to be able to exude, and exercise that spiritual gift. And that is to serve you. Serve you. People hear serve and they think of waiters, waitress, somebody that's doing a job, for someone who has a high status, and then serving low. But whatever you think of serving is, it comes in so many different forms. So many different forms. And it took me a while to realize that. And by me continuing with this channel, whether I put out one video a month, one video a week, one video every other month, one video a quarter, whatever the case is, somehow I am serving you. Maybe not everybody with that particular video, but there is at least one video that will serve everyone on this channel who is subscribed to this channel, whether it's through crocheting, or if you are unable to crochet, it could just be the fact of like you listening to me rant and rave or ramble or see shots of Ruby, or me talking about what's going on in my life, whatever the case is. It took a moment. Now, with that being said, because I have been trying to figure out what am I going to do? What am I doing here? What am I doing once, like pretty much the rest of the boxes go? I started thinking, and because you guys know that I'm pretty much like, I mean, it's just me. It's just me and Ruby, right? My pet rabbit. And I was just like, okay, I can't sit around and be like, wait for my life to start. I'm halfway through my life. And I say I'm halfway through my life because I'm 52. I mean, I don't know how much longer I'm living. I could be closer to the end. Who knows? None of us know when we're going to get called home. However, what I do know is that I don't want to open my eyes and be standing before my creator and I'll be like, yeah, I kind of whizzed through it down there. Can I still get in? I mean, In other words, if you are a believer, we all know what we want to hear. We want to hear, well done, my good and faithful servant. And I definitely want to hear that. I do. So I started thinking to myself, and on top of that, what y'all don't know is that for some reason, I just made a video not too long ago and said that I am an omnivert, meaning that I possess introvert and extrovert qualities. So most of the times I am a loner. I do like being inside, but for some reason, I don't know, because I was asking God to show me my purpose and help me find my way back, I was thinking to myself, what's happening to me? And I have been compelled to go outside, like not no big crowds, but even if it's just driving around, I just been driving around and going over one person's house, and that's it. Even just for an hour. It made me feel like I had a purpose, made me feel like I was doing something important, so I wasn't lonely. And I started thinking, how can I serve? How can I serve besides giving boxes of yarns or, accepting donations to mailboxes of yarn? And it dawned on me. So the apartment complex that I live in is it's a very tight knit community for an apartment complex. I have never been in an apartment complex of this size. There's only like 200 and I think 20 or 30 units. That's kind of small for apartment complex compared to the ones that's being built today. And most apartment complexes I've been in have been like 300 or 400. And with that being said, it's an older apartment complex. Like, it was built in 2000. And these people have been here for quite some time. Like, it is a real gated community. Like, it's hard to get in here. You can jump the fence, I guess, if you want. But whatever the case is, what I've come to learn is that they always have these special events. Like, they're having like a garage sale. Like, what apartment complex do you know is having garage sales? I mean, each unit comes with an attached garage, which is pretty cool. But anyway, they're having a garage sale next weekend. I think they had something for a leprechaun, or what was that? St. Patty's Day. They're always doing something. And I started thinking to myself, I have a whole bunch of yarn. So on Friday after work, I went to the leasing office and I asked the manager, I just, oh God, I was so nervous. I just asked her about what does she think if I could teach the basics, like teach a group of people every Saturday morning for 1 hour how to crochet. And I told her that, I kind of told her the story of what I've been going through this year with losing a friend and having this YouTube channel, and all of a sudden wanting to, not all of a sudden, but wanting to leave and fulfilling my purpose and everything. I mean, I couldn't even finish the spiel. And she wouldn't even let me finish. And she goes, stop. I love it. I love it. And she started clapping her hands. And she said, I just love it. And I was so scared. And I kept on talking. I was just like, and you don't have to pay me. I'm not asking for money, because I'm not. I told y'all that I'm not about chasing a dollar. That's not me. Yes, I like to have it so that I don't have to worry about, bill collectors, or I like to have it so I can eat, so I can wear clothes, so I can buy Ruby toys and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what I like it for. No more, no less. That's just me. It's not built in me to chase money, And I knew, I started looking not at just the yarn that came from Barb's family, not from my stash, my inventory. I just kind of felt like, Cheyenne, you built up that inventory very, very quickly. I mean, minus Barb's. I'm talking about my own stash. And when I say quickly, I'm talking about over a short period of years. I'm talking about like 5 years. And I had always wondered, I was just like, there's got to be something behind this besides me hoarding yarn. And it dawned on me. I was just like, just share the gift, share the talent. And she was ecstatic. She was just like, and because we don't have a clubhouse at our apartment complex. So I was just like, well, how am I going to do this? So she's like, we have a conference room. And I was like, a conference room? And it dawned on me. Almost every apartment complex now has business centers, So I was just like, so she opened up the doors, there's double doors. And she's like, look, and it's a big round table, like, King Arthur's round table. And she's like, look, and we got leather chairs. And then she's like, we could just turn on the air. And then we got the coffee maker over here, yada, yada, yada. And she was just like, she said, I just love it. I love it. And she hugged me. And she said, I know what it feels like, when you're by yourself. And she's like, and that's why I just have, my little dog here. She lets her dog, she brings her dogs to work to the leasing office. And she actually put her hands behind her back and she said, that would be nice. She said, I'm probably too old to teach, because she's an older lady. And I looked at her, I'm like, nah, you're never too old to learn something. And she doesn't work on the weekends, but I can see the wheels turning in her head. Like, I'm going to have to start coming up here on Saturdays. So she was just like, when can we start? She was just like, we can start right away. And if we wasn't having the garage sale, like next week, because I think all the residents are pretty much focused on the garage sales. Like, literally, we will be walking around like the whole entire complex. Not everybody's participating, but you can walk around and be like, oh, I'm going over here, and what you got? And because it's confined in a gated community, we don't need the permit. Yay! So if I had if I didn't have all the boxes, I mean, yes, I will back out my car and just go park it out in the open like everybody else will be doing. But, I was just like, okay, now since she said yes, I don't want to have stuff set up in my garage and then, then I got to pack it up. Like, basically what I'm saying is I need to start preparing for my new class. So I wanted to tell y'all that. I wanted to share that with y'all. She was so happy. And so what I'm going to do is draft up, an email for her. And it will basically say, I'm thinking that I only want 6 to 8 max of people at one time, because the first session, the first class that I will ever teach will be the basics of crochet, like a crochet 101. And I couldn't believe it. So it's like every Saturday, 1 hour, we're going to see where this goes. And I walked out of there and I actually took 2 of the little dresses that I had made, like 2 of my creations that I still have, and I took them into her, and she was just like, oh my God, you don't have to show me anything. You don't have to tell me anything anymore. I just want to do it. And I was so happy. I'm telling y'all, I walked out of there and I was so fulfilled. Now, that was yesterday. So today, after I did all of that at the post office or whatever, I went, hung out with some friends to celebrate a friend's mom's birthday. In other words, what's happening to me is I was just like, Shine, just stop waiting for life to come to your door, knock on your door. I was just like, I got to get out there, And after I hung out with my friends and stuff like that, then I was doing my own little thing. I came back to my apartment, changed my clothes, and then I went back out. And it's just, even if it's just riding around, because I'm not going to do anything major. Like I said, I am still half introverted, half extroverted. So I was, I was really, really excited. Now, before y'all start pointing y'all finger at me. So yes, I did go to Hobby Lobby and Michael, not to buy yarn, of course not. But I was looking for hooks. I do have quite a few hooks, but for my class that I will be starting soon, I'm going to try to stick to I and J hooks. Those are the most common hooks when you are dealing with 4-ply, like especially, 4-ply acrylic. You guys already know that. So anyway, so yeah, I went to Hobby Lobby, and then left there and went to Michael's. Now, here comes the second part of the reason why I am going to continue. So while I was at Michael's, I'm looking around. I'm just looking around all the crafts. I'm just going to touch everything. I don't care whether it's diamond art, yarn, sewing. I was just all over the place. But I kind of stick with the needles and the yarn area or whatever. And I overheard, a conversation. And if they are watching, they know who they are. And there was a mom with her daughter, and she's talking to someone who works at Michael's. And come to find out, the young lady, the little girl, Alexa, she wants to learn how to crochet. And I'm listening. I'm ear hustling. That's what I like to do. Ear hustle. I was ear hustling the Michael's representative. And she's like showing her, I guess she was teaching her, like showing her like, you do this, you do that. I'm talking about for crocheting, and then, she's telling her what kinds of yarns in the hook and showing her like, this is how the hook size or whatever. And I was just like, yeah, I'm ear hustling or whatever. And when that lady walked away, and, I don't know how I just injected myself, but I did. I injected myself and basically told the mom, like, yeah, this is what you do. And I know this because I don't mean to barge in, but I have a channel. And you could see the little girl goes, she said, see, I told you something about, she said, because the little girl's just like, oh, because the Michael representatives say, you know what? YouTube is your best friend. And I was like this behind her, like, yeah, it is. Like, and the little girl's like, I told you, telling her mom. So anyway, yeah, I let them know. I was like, yeah, I have a YouTube channel and, I do a little bit of everything. But I took the time out to show the mom and her daughter what the basics are. Like, this is what you would like to start off with. This is what you do or whatever. And her mom says, do you know any good, thing to try to, like the basics start off? And that's how I talked about the channel. And I told the young lady, Alexa, I said, I tell you what, if you are serious and you subscribed, and the mom goes, I just subscribed because I had gave them my information. I said, I promise you, before this weekend is over, I will record a 101, a basic tutorial for you. Like the basic, how to do a chain and how to do a single crochet. Those eyes was lit, like she was serious. Now, the good thing about Alexa is that from what her mom explained to me is that she already knows how to knit, right? I think someone in her family taught her how to knit. So she's already ahead of the game. And I actually took the time out to see, I asked her to hold a pen for me so I can see what her format is, because I can look at someone's hand, even though everybody pretty much holds a pen or a pencil like this, I can kind of tell from the angle what you're going to be more comfortable with. So she is probably going to be more comfortable with the steak knife technique of crocheting. And she said, I think I would like that better. And I said, okay, she may end up like this, but she probably end up like this. So yeah, I showed her that, and you could see her eyes just lit up because she was ready to start grabbing all kinds of yarn. The mom was just like, her mom was just like, wait a minute, we're just going to buy one or two. And, I told her I and a J, your most common hooks to start off with. But when I walked out of there, again, you guys know, it wasn't about the fact of getting another subscriber. Nah, I literally had tears in my eyes when I got in the car, because I thought, thank you, God. Like, there it is again, right in front of my face. It is my pleasure. I have never done a basic crochet, and I know a lot of people, there are not a lot, but a few of you have said, like, yeah, I knit, but I wanted to crochet, and now you're leaving, and who's gonna, I really want to learn. And in my mind, when those people said that to me, I was thinking to myself, well, I'm sorry, but there are other channels. But then it dawned on me that what people were trying to say is, yeah, I know there's other channels, but I want to learn from you. And so I was just like, and the fact that it touched me with this young lady wanting to, she had the desire to learn it. And I thought it was more important for me to stick around because I also admired her mother. Her mother is tending to her daughter's needs. And when I say that, a lot of parents don't look at their children and nurture, you know, the things that they want to do or want to try. You know, yeah, kids might be all over the place, but what I'm saying is, as a parent, I'm sure, I know y'all know I'm not a parent, but I would like to think that if I had been a mom, that I would be paying attention to what the child wants. And all of us know who do crocheting and knitting, we know that a lot of people look at it like, oh, it's an old granny. Yeah, okay, yeah, y'all all old. Of course you want to knit and crochet, but it is a skill, right? And a talent that, man, it takes you on so many journeys in life. I know y'all probably saying, Shine, that sounds a little hippie-ish, but whatever. You know, I think y'all know what I mean. And y'all cannot lie. Tell me y'all don't get excited when you see a younger generation wanting to learn this skill. It will be no different than maybe a young boy who be like, yeah, let me think, I want to be what do you call those people, a blacksmith. Now I know I'm reaching. But what I'm saying is, it was a dying art. You saw what happened. I don't know any more blacksmiths. Not that I ever knew one, but y'all know what I'm saying. Anyway, yeah, I was just like, yeah. So I actually, you know, Alexa might not be looking at this one. Her mom might be looking at it as she should, so she can find out who I am. But yeah, I sat here and put on some nails because after I finish this video, I'm going to record a tutorial for Alexa because I know she's probably sitting there itching. I know she itching. She probably like, hurry up and record before Monday comes because I gotta go back to school. I don't think she was a teenager. She was a young girl. She was a young girl. Yup. And between Alexa and her eyes getting big and the fact that she's just like, yay. I mean, like, she was super duper excited. And I was thinking to myself, there it is. There it is. And thank you, God, you know, thank you, God. In other words, what I'm saying is, yes, the YouTube channel for me basically was something that opened the gates and is continuing to open the gates because ideas, divine ideas, started coming through and it started flowing through. And I'm looking forward to doing my first class. Yup. So there it is, folks. Yeah, so y'all can tune in. Like I said, when I'm done this video, I'm going to record for, you know, and it's going to be called something special for her. But yeah, I'm going to do that. And all I can say is, yeah, the videos may not be often, you know what I'm saying, because I still work that crazy corporate America job. You know, and that was the other reason too why I was just like, I gotta stay. I need y'all. I need y'all to keep me sane from that job that be driving me insane and those people. I mean, because Ruby not doing anything. Ruby's disgusted with me because the boxes are gone. Now Ruby's looking at me like, well, what's my purpose? I ain't got no boxes to inspect. Ruby, there'll be other giveaways. Anyway, so yeah, that's why I just wanted to have this talk with y'all. I wanted to say thank you. And you guys, I'm going to hold y'all to it. You said, even if I just put out one video here and there, that's fine. Even if I just do a little short, that's fine. Even if I just say, hey, so y'all can see that I'm okay, I'm okay. I am okay. I'm okay. I mean, yeah, I need to lose some weight again. My face is real super chunky. Like, it's weird because like when I'm on camera, I look way bigger than what I am, but yeah, whatever. I can't help it. But yeah, I just want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, on to the last part. Okay, so y'all saw y'all didn't really see the boxes, but I have emailed everyone who I did ship a box to today, or however many boxes you bought. I emailed you your tracking number, okay? And remember, that's through the U.S. Postal System. There are people who are emailing me now and they're asking, how can they get a box, and I am explaining to them that I had some sponsors. Now, I'm glad I brought this up. Let me explain something to y'all. For those of you who received a box as a gift, I appreciate you thanking me, but give thanks to God, because I have not, and the reason why I'm saying that is because I have not revealed the names of the people who sponsored, who made it possible for me to be able to ship you a box. Okay. I need to ask their permission, because sometimes people want to remain anonymous when they do charities or do a good deed. Some people just be like, nope, my pleasure, don't tell anybody. So if I get the okay, then I will, in the next video, or not Lexi's video, but another video, and explaining to y'all or revealing who the sponsors were, because I have thanked each and every one of them, and I'm telling you, they made it possible. Now, that shipment that I shipped out today pretty much exhausted the majority of their money, because with their donations, they also purchased boxes for themselves. And actually, most of the people who made a big donation, it wasn't even they didn't get the boxes that you guys saw in the garage. I customized boxes for them. Like, they got y'all know the canvas bags that I normally get? Yeah, they got those. So, and then if they wanted to buy, some of them was just like, well, I'm going to donate this to help with shipping to other people you've selected. And then I want to give one to whoever, that they know. So that's what happened with that. Now, with that being said, how I have been responding to the new emails coming in is that right now, I may gift some to select people. And when I say select, again, everyone is dear and special to me. There are some subscribers that they have been there. I mean, right behind Barb, they kind of been there from the beginning, and they have been so gracious and so beautifully kind to everyone who has won in the giveaways. Like, people were real nice when they want to in the comments, but when I was like, give a big Pinky Hugs, Pinky Hooks group hug or whatever, it kind of, for some people, it's crickets. And I'm not gonna call you out, you are. But sometimes y'all don't even tune in to see who won. There are some people, it just depends. There's some people that I had automatically gifted to, but I mean, the ship out one of those boxes, it can, on the low range, it could be like around $18. Sometimes the lowest one I saw today, there was one box that was $15, and I was just like, wow, but that was the only one. I would say the general range was $20, high end probably was 27. So y'all saw how many boxes, and thank God for the sponsors. I mean, pretty much I was about to just put it all on my credit card and just pay for it later, but I was just like, whew, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. See, God found a way for me. It was divine intervention. Yeah, it was. So with that said, I am replying to people and saying, hey, this is the amount that it costs to ship. Basically, yarn is kind of free. You're just really paying for the shipping. And they might be like, well, then that's not free. But yeah, it's kind of free. You're just paying for the shipping. Because if it wasn't free and I was charging you for the box, then you had to pay for the shipping too. And it'd just be too much. It'd be like $40 or something like that. It's a lot to say. Yeah. So that's where it stands. I am still reading, and I am still selecting, and it is not based on just my decision. I'm asking for discernment, because there are so many people out there that need it. And I wish if I could, right? You see how many subscribers I got. I would send to every single person. See, this is what I'm talking about when I said I'm not hungry for $1, but I needed to do this and that and this and that. I'm just not obsessed with it. Yeah, so now, so it's up to you. Like, if you email me, it's between me and you of how I'm going to do, what I can do, if I can do anything for you for free or whatever. And if I can't, I'm going to say this or that or whatever. Please do not take offense, because if you are one of my normal subscribers, I'm hoping that you guys already know my heart. And if you're new to my channel and you really don't know what kind of person I am, take some time out, look at some of my old videos. I'm nothing serious, I'm just some lady that, like I always say, that picked up my phone and decided to record and bring a little joy to people any kind of way that I can. And you guys have really, y'all have flooded my heart. Yes, you did. So now I'm tired. And don't be like, Sean, you looking old already. No, this has just been a long day. It has been a long day. Yeah, it has. So that's my Saturday night discussion. I'm pretty sure it was something else I was supposed to say, but that's it. Let me say 36. Oh yeah, my dad said I probably should start making my videos shorter. But anyway, I just wanted to say, hey. And Alexa, if you and your mom are watching this video, mom is probably watching this video, which I hope she is, so she can see what kind of person I am. And you should feel comfortable having your daughter look at me, because I'm hoping that she's going to be my first virtual little student. Alexa, I'm telling you, you got a whole crowd behind you. Young lady, you picked a great skill to learn, okay? You picked a great skill, okay? So when all your little friends at school, they want the latest little hat and scarves and all that kind of stuff, you're going to be like, they'll be like, yeah, my mom paid for this, and my mom said I can take it out of my allowance. Girl, you'll be able to make all that stuff. We got to start you off with the basics, and you are going to see how big this community is. So welcome, Alexa, welcome. And I look forward to being your teacher tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to record tonight, and then it will air tomorrow. And for those of you who are not, Alexa's age or whatever, y'all tune in so y'all can see Alexa's first little tutorial. Well, it's my tutorial too, Alexa. Okay? All right. Well, thank you. Thank you guys for listening. And yeah, so I'm back. God bless all of y'all. Y'all have a good night. I'll see y'all soon. Bye-bye.